It's been reported early in the season, some face-off players are using tape that is more than just an athletic tape on the top 6 inches of the shaft, such as lizard tape. The rule states, thick or sticky material is prohibited on the top 6 inches of a face-off player's stick. Look for it as you are doing your pregame instruction and have it removed and replaced. The spirit of the rule is for the officials to be able to see the contrast in color, not for the players to get a better grip. The following clips will illustrate just how many things officials are expected to officiate during this 1, 2, 3, or 4 second duration play. In the clinic, it was mentioned we need to think about our purpose and what we're going to officiate during this play. The clips will offer some points to consider while preparing for the face-off. It is understood the face-off is one of the toughest plays to officiate, and at times it is very difficult to spot violations that occur. Both officials need to be in the best possible position and ready to expect the unexpected. As the official sets the player, you will notice the stick heads are not lined up as outlined per rule. If you recall, the purpose of lining the stick heads up is to move the ball away from the throat of the stick. It also provides a larger neutral zone that allows for a view that is a little less restricted. As play continues, the player in blue appears to use his free arm in an attempt to hold his opponent. This should be a play on, and the play on would have ended when the player in white picked up the ball. This would not have been a face-off violation since the ball and players had left the vicinity of the face-off area. As the whistle blows in this play, does the player in blue gain an advantage by using his head to the body of the player in white? The player in white seems to lose his balance and goes to the ground as the player in blue's helmet makes contact with his side. We as officials need to be in the best position possible to make these types of calls. Things to consider. Are you leaving too fast? Are you too far away, both as the conductor of the face-off and the helper? If this was to be called, it would count as a face-off violation, since the ball had not left the vicinity of the face-off area until after the violation. As you watch this clip in full speed, the challenge is to find a violation. As the clip is slowed down and zoomed in on, it becomes obvious what's happened. As you witness this foul, it is nearly impossible to see in full speed. So how can we possibly know how it's happening? There are a couple of indicators that a player may be using this method. The first is, if you look at both stick heads shortly after the whistle, they both go straight up in the air and leave the turf. This is due to the player in white lifting his opponent's stick. The second thing is what the ball does, or in this case, what it doesn't do. The ball seems to just pop up and then just settle to the turf. These two things together are not typical in a normal face-off. Ensure that if this foul is called, that the player serves a 1-minute non-releasable unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and that it would count as a face-off violation. The official performing the face-off notices the stick heads are not lined up and attempts to get them as per rule. Even with the adjustments, the stick heads do not end up with the end of one player's stick lined up with the other player's ball stop. As the whistle blows and play continues, it appears that the player in blue uses his stick to hold his opponent. The stick is placed between the legs of the player in white and is lifted. The play should have resulted in a play on, and when white picks the ball up, the play on would have ended. This would not count as a face-off violation.